Hi, guys. Hello, and welcome to This Is Us, where we have conversations around different topics. So before we begin, I just want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can receive notifications for when we go live. Now, let's begin. I'm your host, Dee, and with me on the panel, I have Jude, I have G, and I also have Tyler. How are you guys doing today?
We're all good.
Real good. Real good.
We're all good? Okay.
I'm excited about this one.
I think we all are. I think today's topic is
going to
be full of fun. Today's topic is all about what are your peeves. Peeves in regards to what are your pet peeves, the things you hate, the things that people do that just crawl up your skin. Now, I've got quite a few, but it's all about all of us. We're all going to talk about our pet peeves. So to start off, I'm just going to talk to you about one of my pet peeves. Now, I have this thing about feet. I do not like feet.
In general?
Well, no, especially when the toenails are overgrown.
Ooh.
So when the feet's there, you've got the toenails, and then sometimes some people decide that they're going to put acrylics on the feet. They have acrylics. Now, I think to myself, hold on. First of all, how are you going to wear shoes? Okay, you could probably get away with some slippers, some sliders or whatever, but how are you going to wear shoes? How are you going to put on trainers?
Why do you ever ask them? I'd ask them.
I just laugh. I walk past and I think, nah, that's not for me. It's not.
But anyway, though, looking at our feet, I was just looking at our feet yesterday. We have to be sincere with ourselves. We're a very weird animal, for Christ's sake. It looks like Webby, like some duck in the pond. Look at it. It's ugly in itself, though. Look at it. Look at what we've got for feet. Oh my gosh.
Groom your feet. You can get them painted. You can get them cut down. But why go and put additional false nails on your feet? I don't understand why people do that.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They're trying to make it look beautiful, something that is already ugly in the first place.
That's what she's saying. It's not. Just don't put acrylics. Because when you put acrylics, your nails now scratch the ground every time you walk, and you can hear.
Gee, you've actually got a pet peeve that's sort of linked. You've got a thing about fingernails. Am I not correct? You've got something.
First of all, disclaimer, I don't got a problem with fingernails. I got a problem with people that choose their nails and then you say, like, where's that gone? And then
it's gone somewhere in space.
More time than not, I tend to step on that thing like 2 days later, and it's like I've been stabbed with something. So for me, it's that whole and you're like, oh. So there's several people that do that, which it literally, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Once I hear that, I just stop. Like, what
was that?
Have you ever challenged anyone doing that? Because I've never challenged anyone doing that.
I just stare. Apparently, I've got a death stare. So I just stare, and my husband says,
Anyone died yet? No?
Not yet, but he claims he's lost all his sideburns. On the particular side of his face, because that's where the death stare.
People taking their fingernails and biting it and then spitting it out.
And the thing is, I don't know if it's worse. I don't know the one is worse. Which one is worse? Is it spitting it out or swallowing it?
Sorry.
I don't know. It's just the whole chewing. Then just go do them. Like I try and like cut my nails in the bathroom, and it just goes put them in the toilet. And
I think to be fair to us, those of us who bite our fingernails, we're just trying to be using what God gave us instead of supporting the capitalist market. Go buy some stuff. Use your teeth, man. It's your natural material to use.
That's fine. You don't like cutting your nails. Cut your nails, but don't spit it out. I don't know, like I have a generation with spitting, and it's like spitting the tissue. All that when
I get that. I'm just pulling your legs.
You're like, So yeah.
Now I think possibly all of us, but Jude, you've got a thing about eating and chewing. And
I have that same pet peeve. Yes.
Just chom. Somebody's chewing.
Yeah. but yeah. I got that, but like G said, I don't stare. I just turn and look and I just mind my business. I can't tell you what to do. It's your own life. It's your own habits. My daughter eats when she eats. She goes the cutlery bang on the plate, and mostly because I'm working. So I'll say it's too loud. I'll tell her. But outsiders, I would just ignore and do my own thing.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's that whole, if somebody's eating, if you're in your own house, what you do in your house, all I care, lick the plates, bite on the fork, bite on the spoon, do whatever if you're home. But when you're outside...
That's another thing though, D. The people
No,
that
it's not
eat,
correct.
and then you hear them clamp on the spoon. And then they use their teeth to scrape the food inside their mouth, so you can hear enamel on metal. And then when they call you and they're eating, like, call me after you've done eating.
But charity begins at home, though.
then,
if you're asking us to behave like that at home, then we can take it outside because it's learned behavior, you see.
The thing is, if it hasn't been, I don't want to use the word corrected, but if it hasn't been corrected, then they're not going to know it's a thing. So it's probably not an issue for them. And I think also it's like, if I saw someone with food in their mouth, I try and tell them, you've got something stuck in your teeth. Like, if you're doing something that's going to make you look a certain way and I care enough for you, I'll probably say something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It depends.
Tyler, how are you doing?
Yes. Ready.
The joy moves.
All of them.
Tyler, you've got something about, but without the hand. So I'm coughing, but not covering my mouth.
Oh. Listen, remember the days when I used to get on the tube? I've not been on the tube in a year now.
Oh my gosh.
The tube.
I see people cough.
My husband has exactly the same pet peeve. It's probably his number one of all time. Oh my God.
That annoys me. The way I give people evil, the way I look at people, like I give them evil.
Forget people. The way my husband looks at my son when he does, and he's only 3, you're like, relax, he's 3, he's in the house, it's fine.
It's disrespectful. Like, if you're out in public, I'm not even talking about during COVID or whatever.
I was gonna say,
if people are coughing in public and not covering their hand, and you just see them and all this, and they have the audacity. Do you know what? I saw someone sneeze once, into a newspaper on a tube. Since then, I've never ever picked up.
That's why I don't pick free papers. I don't do free papers anyway.
I don't pick the used ones on the tube.
No.
I pick a fresh one or
I don't even pick the fresh ones. I don't pick them. I carry my own book with me. I ain't picking no fresh paper from no one.
How you can allow yourself to let cough come out of your mouth?
No. But then this brings us into when we think about being confined in a space. So we're talking about, let's talk about maybe transport or even just out and about. So for example, I know when I sit on the bus and somebody's sitting behind me and I can hear the sound over my head, over the back of my head. It's one of the most annoying things.
Don't you tell them to back up? I would.
I would.
I tell them, I say, excuse me, can you back up, please? Because you're breathing on my actual neck.
But I just moved, though. I don't want trouble. I just get up and leave. I ain't telling you to. I ain't asking you to back up.
You've got to think about spatial awareness.
Yeah, do you know what? My spatial awareness is a weird one. Like, my wife is always saying I'm too much when it comes to that. But some people, if anyone that doesn't understand what that means, right? Say if you're walking down the street and okay, if you're in Oxford Street and it's really busy, I get that. But if you're walking down the street and there's pavement and the pavement's quite wide and someone walks and they brush past you or they knock you, please, why are you touching me? There's
plenty of space for us.
That gets on my nerves. Like,
do you know what is worse though? In Nigeria, they're not very good at queuing. So on the few occasions they have to queue, they're like this.
Yes.
And if you happen to be a woman and there's a man behind you, your body is touching your actual
winding up on you like that, yeah.
And they'll be like, but we're queuing now. You're like, okay, if you don't move now, somebody's going to die.
Listen, some people during COVID still don't have spatial awareness. When you
when you go shopping,
it says keep the space, and you can feel people coming up to you, breathing on your neck, like you were saying earlier, and you're like, "Excuse me, can you not keep 2 meters, please?"
They don't know what 2 meters means.
People are
They don't know.
today. When I went shopping today, there was a woman standing right behind me, and you know the shopping markets have got some of them have got the lights now where you can only go in when it's green.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
turning
Oh,
red.
okay.
He's like, pushing for, why are people stopping? Surely it's snowing. We should all be able to go in. And I'm thinking, hold on, keep your distance. Can you
Yep.
not see the market says keep your distance? Come on, we can all go in. It is quite annoying, especially where we know these rules are being put in place as well. But Tyler touched on something. He said he didn't really want to talk about Oxford Street, but I have to talk about spatial awareness when we are walking and then you're walking in front of me and you decide to stop. You just stop.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. And then they just stop. You're like,
Yes.
don't drive. Whatever you do in your life, do not drive. Because if you were driving, this is how people are dead.
Crash.
Because, no, I get that. That is just, and it's usually because they're on their phone or something. Like
They see
when I'm
something
walking,
not where.
I
not
think
where
it's otherwise when I'm
walking.
driving. Yeah, I look behind me and then I move over to the right or left and then I park myself and do what I need to do. But then they just stop. You're like,
You know what, though?
But to
I'll tell
be
you
fair,
interesting-
if you were giving people enough space, they won't bump into you. Again, it goes back to spatial awareness.
I'll tell you where my spatial awareness thing came from. Though. It actually came from because of my acting. Right, when you go to drama school, they teach you about spatial awareness in terms of being on stage. Right, so my spatial awareness is very good because sometimes you need to be on stage. You need to know, like when it goes blackout, you need to know where the wings are, how far you can go down the stage, all this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
The worst thing is working with actors that do not have spatial awareness, and you're on stage and they walk past you and they kick your leg or something like that. And you're like, bro, like we're on stage and you're kicking my leg. Listen, that's happened to me a few times. No, I don't like that.
But don't they teach the other actors as well the same thing?
Say that again?
Don't they teach the actors the same thing?
Yeah,
so
they do. But some people are just still some people. They just don't have spatial awareness. Period.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to be crossing the path of Tom Cruise. Then it will smash you.
I did a show very, very quickly. I did a show once, and this one actor, we had a fight scene in the show, right? And he had to do a 27 hit combo on me. It was two guys that beat me up. And one of them the last thing he does is I'm on the floor on my knees and he kicks me in my back. He's meant to kick me in a certain area where it doesn't hurt, where like the fat is kind of thing. Not that I'm fat. But where he used to kick me, almost 9 times out of 10, he used to kick me like slightly lower, so it actually hit, the bottom of my spine or whatever, and it would really hurt.
Oh god!
That's spatial awareness. He wasn't aware of where he was.
So what do you do then? Don't you actually start fighting after that?
No, I had to tell him a few times, but I know he wasn't doing it on purpose, but still, it's people. Sometimes they just can't control their body anyway.
What about those that can't control themselves when they're driving, or that they think they're in control? So like. Jude, let's think about it. So I'm driving in front of you, Jude, and I'm only doing 20 miles per hour. But the road sign says 50. What do you feel like doing to me?
Oh gosh, no. It's crazy though. But yeah, like I said, you see, I'm a bit subdued because I reflect very quick. It just might happen. You don't know the area. You're relying on your sat nav. But where I've been really pissed, excuse my French, was when I was in my friend's car. I know he's watching this or he'll be watching this. He drives like 15 on a 70 mile per hour, man. He's cruising. And I want to just kick him out of his own car. I'm not joking. He's doing 15 on a 70 mile. He's cruising. Everybody knows him. He just goes. And people are blowing the horn. And this guy just want to cruise. And I'm like, why did I tell him I was on this? I'm going the same way with him.
But why don't you tell him? Have you told him before?
Yeah, I keep saying, guy, it's 70, move. And he will go and he'll be like, sorry. And he'll go back to the 15. It is illegal
to drive.
But when you live in the country, when you live in where I live, you don't get the police patrolling all the time. So it is mad. It is very mad. And then you get those ones who want to do 15 or 20 miles. So it's both ways. It's crazy.
Oh, geez, you. Put your hands up.
See?
I am a Speedy Gonzalez. Please. Everybody that knows me knows that I just love to speed. I'm the opposite. I'm one of the ones that you insult. Where's that one running to? Where is she rushing to? That's me. It is me all the way. But Jude, you've also got another one in regards to you've just got this thing about drivers in general. In regards to this is for all of us, signaling. They want to turn
Oh, yeah.
and they
Yes.
don't.
Oh my God.
That's annoying.
Oh.
I
I
beat
don't
them.
know
But
which
they do
is
it last
worse.
minute.
Is it the ones that signal last minute when they get to their turning? And I know personally 2 people that do that. They do it when they get to the junction where they're turning, or they don't do it at all. I'm never sure which one is more. And I'm always like, okay, you know what? It's not their fault. It's me. Maybe I'm supposed to do, what is it? One car
Yeah.
gap.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
talk about that. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I don't get too angry. And then
yeah.
I just try not to, what's what I'm thinking? Not to be too
Get the road rage.
Angry.
because I'm like, okay, this is obviously Satan trying to test my patience or my faith. It will not be. It will
You know
not
what?
be today.
I think the one that doesn't indicate at all, they're the worst ones. The one that do it last minute, at least they may be forgotten and
They
like,
make
okay,
that
let me
Yeah.
quickly do it.
when
The ones
it's
that don't do it at all. The way I beat my horn for, like, you know, that 5-second beep. You know, that looking back, like they're already gone. I'm still beeping.
you see,
Are you
it's
serious?
like
Was
Yeah.
it
Tyler
gone
was saying.
already?
Yeah, I have to let them hear. Everyone has to hear the beep.
Yeah, yeah. Like Tyler said, though, it comes with the training, you know. If you've been trained to drive in the UK, you will understand all of that. Most of these
Yeah.
guys, some of them don't even have license, so they haven't been trained.
True.
Like the 2-car space, I always do that. So,
Yeah.
and when we're approaching any junction or roundabout, I'm not saying I'm perfect with my driving. When I'm approaching roundabouts and junctions, I give so much space so that I can anticipate in advance what the driver ahead of me. Because this is how I do. I judge them that they will never traffic it. Because I've been in so many people's cars and they don't bother. They're like, who cares? So they do this a lot, especially guys who drive BM. I don't know if any of you drive BM. Those guys are something else. BM drivers, they're the worst on earth. They will never do that.
Before we continue, yeah, you just said a word that I haven't heard since my auntie, who's Nigerian as well. That word, we need to tell the viewers, if there's anyone who's English watching, they will understand that word. Trafficate.
What is that?
Not in the dictionary. Trafficate. Wow. When I was driving, I was driving in America one day with my auntie. She lives in New Jersey, and I was driving her car, and she was directing me, and she was like, "Yeah, trafficate's left." I was like, "What? Trafficate? What?" That's funny. That is
Nigerian
funny. I don't even know how to spell that word. I just follow it.
Traffic and 8. That's it.
Really? Oh.
It may not be a real word. It may not be a real
brilliant.
word. Who knows?
Oh, it's a slang. Okay, I see. Yeah, but that's what it is, though, with the driving. I've been in road rage, though. I've been where I've actually parked my car in the middle of the road and I said, stop. Yeah. Because this was what happened. Because, look, I take responsibility for my driving. And one day, this guy, you position yourself. I'm on the left because I want to go left. And he was very impatient and he came through there and was going that way. So he cut through. And if I was running, like I said, I'm always conscious approaching junctions and roundabouts. It's extra slow. I never approach it with speed because I know people get crazy when they get to junctions. And because he did that and I had to blow the horn and he parked. And when I got to him, this guy was spaced. He's been smoking. And I got really mad, though. I was ready for whatever. It was just that my family was in the car with me and they said, I was really angry. And I said, we're having it today. I was ready to get out of the car. I was like, bring it on. We'll have it here today, but yeah.
I think in regards to when we talk about driving and just general road rage, there are a lot of pet peeves. There's a lot of things that irritate us as drivers and that irritates people as pedestrians. So we know that, for example, when the traffic light turns red, it's for us to stop and it's green for people to cross. But then we've got those that use the zebra crossing. Tyler? Zebra crossing?
People, anyone out there watching this video right now, if you're one of the devils that crosses the road and doesn't put your hand up or nod your head or wink your eye or say thank you, I do not like you. I do not. You think you have the right of way to cross just because it's a zebra crossing? Let me tell you the truth.
You're not zebra.
If I don't stop my car, then what
you
right
can't cross.
What
Exactly.
right
Exactly.
It's
That
like
is
it's
the
not,
biggest.
we're
And you know
giving
what
the
I
way,
used to
aren't
do?
we? We're being courteous. They should be saying thank you. They should be saying thank you for
Yeah.
giving me that way.
Do you know what I used
Yeah,
to do? Yeah, I used to get angry. I don't get angry no more. What I do, yeah, I just wind down my window slowly now and I go, thank you. And then
yeah.
they either respond. I'll tell you what happened to me, a true story very quickly, yeah. I was in Hackney. I was driving around the back of Newington Green. I stopped at the traffic, at the zebra crossing to let this guy cross. It was a middle-aged white guy and he had 2 children. He was pushing 1 pram, yeah. This is a true story. He didn't say thank you or anything. So I did that thing. I wound down the window and I went, thank you. Because he was with kids. I thought, I'm not going to be rude. He turned around to me and he was American and he went, F off. But he said the full word. Right? That made me so angry. I drove my car away so fast because I was like, I can't stay here. Otherwise, I'm going to end up doing some damage. I wanted to go back. I didn't go back. But anyway, that's a true story. And
Well,
he
that's
was offended.
strange. Because Americans are known to being quite courteous in regards to things like, in regards to things like opening the door and saying, there you go, mom. They are known for being quite courteous.
They'll do that. They'll do that.
And that's
Yeah.
one of my pet peeves. When I open the door for you, I expect you to say thank you. But there are people who just walk past like to say, yes, they had the right going past.
Yeah, they think I'm security guards in front of the supermarket when I say no problem. With the zebra crossing though, I always, and I've taught my kids to do that. Nod your head, say thank you. I go like that because I start with a joke that I'm not a zebra anyway in the first place. So that's for zebras. I'm human. So I have to wait. And I don't put my foot until you come to a halt. I've witnessed a lot of accidents happen like that.
Yes.
I've rescued a child.
Completely.
I've rescued a child of 6-year-old as well on zebra crossing. The mother just was on the phone pushing the pram, and the boy just went, and both of them went, and this van was rushing through, and I stopped on my track, ran and dragged the boy. I left the mother; she could have got killed. I had to rescue that boy, and the van just went like that. And so zebra crossing, I don't joke with it. I wait till you stop, and I say thank you.
Exactly.
Yes. Wait
But
till
that's another annoying one with what you just said. I've seen loads of, I know parents are out there, mothers are out there, they're trying their best, especially when they've got more than one child. When it comes to crossing the road, I always feel put the child first before you. So I've seen the buggy being on the tip of the road and the parent standing behind it. And I look at it and I'm just like, imagine, please, just swap places. Just swap places. Who's standing trying to take the child behind? I don't, like I say, they probably don't realize it, but it just, as drivers, my heart pounds like thinking, please don't let the other child run out, or I don't know, anything can happen, and that buggy's right on the edge on the pavement. It's just scary.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you have come across that. It is really scary.
Yeah, it's quite common to see, but also I know it's not one of my listed pet peeves, but I have a problem with parents on the phone when they have small children around them in public. I have a big problem with that. I know of many schools now that have actually banned parents being on their phone when it comes to pick up their kids and stuff. But that thing irritates, because if you think about it, in this day and age, everybody's on their bloody phones all the time anyway. So whoever it is you're talking to, unless they need your words to resuscitate that person, you shouldn't be on the phone. Just pay attention to your kids. And it's those same people that a few months or years ago, oh, they grew up so fast. Shut up. Were you watching the children when they were that age? On the phone, so you missed it all. Now, they grow so fast. Shut up. So that's another pet peeve. I try not to use my phone too much when I'm around my child. Whatever movie he wants to watch, even if it's the 15th time, we'll watch it together. And then when he's distracted, then I can use my phone. But yeah, phones and parents, pay attention to your child, especially on the road.
Yeah, it's one that we do see quite a lot, and we think to ourselves, well, and there's also the idea of the child being able to sort of run away. You're not giving that child 100% attention.
Exactly.
Anything can happen, kidnapping, or as you say, getting knocked over by a car. You're not actually paying attention. So it is really, really scary. But I sort of want to move it to workplace pet peeves. So things that happen at the workplace. Now, mine is I'm 1 cup of coffee a day. And I would normally have my mug, coffee in it, put the kettle, and I fill up the kettle, but put the kettle and I fill up the water in the kettle boiling, take a step away. When I come back, they've used up all the water and my cup is still sitting there with no water in it. So
Why
some
do you
people
walk
use
away
that
when you
staff
put it on?
because you've got things to do. It's a staff room, it's busy, there's other teachers, there's things that people, but my cup is there. Surely the water should have gone in before it went into somebody else's cup. And it's, no, mine was left. Then I have to boil the kettle all over again in order for me to get the water.
I strongly want to say, and no offense, do you know I love you, but that is your fault. Stay
I know.
with your kettle.
I know. But still, come
I
on.
cannot assist you on this one. I'm sorry.
That was pre-COVID though. So people did that pre-COVID a lot.
Now I make my coffee from home. I'll carry it in my warm cup.
Yeah. At least you've learned one skill, one valuable skill.
Exactly.
Oh, I will carry my warm flask. But Jude,
Yeah.
emails.
Emails.
Tell me something about emails.
Yeah, I think the emails where I work currently and previously, say you're having a conversation by email with one colleague of yours or from a different department, and they're going on and on about something, okay, you've done everything you need to do or you needed to do very right. And what they've decided to do, they're not getting their way. And they decide to go above your head and copy in the PM, copy in the team managers, copy service managers, head of service. And I just look, oh, all right. Then you know what I do? Hey, they're lucky. I would just copy Guardian. I'll copy the chief executive and the MPs and the local councillors. Yeah, I give them back. I'm like, because it's one thing. If we're having this conversation, if you have issues with that, you should go a step. Don't be copying the whole world into emails. It's data protection and all of that. So what I do, like I said, I won't fight you. These are all value judgments. I don't want to judge you as much as we judge people. I don't want to judge you because I have my own faults as well. That if I ask you to take a look at my life, you will tell me 110 things that I do that pisses you off as well.
Yeah.
But what I do, I just play the game. Trust me. I just play the game. I go above them. I go director and I go chief executive officers. Yeah. And then that's when I get a reply and say, can you guys not do this down there? I'm like, God, I've hit a nerve. Seriously, I play back. I play back whenever it's email because I don't like that. It's evidence. I play back very well and sound, and they get it all the time. They quickly just start backtracking. I'm like, it's too late. Can't fault me. Seriously.
Okay, before we continue, I'm just going to stop everyone. Those of you that are watching from home, I need you all just to look at your device, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. And also, if you're enjoying this, click that like button. Okay, this is us. We're having a laugh today and we want you just to subscribe, hit the bell and hit the like. Now, continuing. My full name is an Igbo name. My full name, and I'm going to tell it to you the tribal way. Uakaego is my full name. But yet everybody calls me D. Hey, don't get me wrong. It's not a pet peeve of mine that they call me D. The pet peeve is when somebody takes the name and they're not even using phonetics to try and pronounce it. They don't think to themselves, okay, let me try, or they literally take the name and it's been going on for years. They got to the point where I just said, you know what? Just call me D. I give up. Like, if you know how to say my name, say, otherwise call me D. G.
No. And I think I told you this on the group chat.
You told me already.
This is your fault.
I blame myself again.
Yes. The first thing I do is try to say the name. So there's like steps to it. If I'm introducing to myself to workplace colleagues for the first time, obviously a lot of them now they're quite PC. They'll say, "Oh, how do we say your name?" And I say to them, "Try it first, and then I'll correct you." Or sometimes I'll say, "If all else fails, try to say it as it's spelled."
Yeah.
And then if there's a silent, because people assume lots of consonants in my name is silent. I'm like, no, I'm not Spanish. It's not like Jorge or something, you know. And then I say to them, try it, or Jesus, where I always say Jesus.
It's Jesus, for Christ's sake. Jesus Maria.
Yeah.
It's Jesus
So I'm
Maria.
like, try to say it first, attempt it, and then I can correct you. And do not, by any means necessary, shorten my name unless I have said, you can call me G.
Yeah.
But if you say, anytime at work, anyone has said, can we call you G? Is a straight up no. It's straight up no, you cannot call me G. Call me my full name. And then the people that get your name wrong on email, first of all, you can see my signature. You can see how the name is written So it's not like you're even saying it, or you're writing it down,
Right.
and you can see it you can see it in the signature that I've sent to you. It's in the body of the email. So how can you now still miss out 3 letters from the name? And then normally I'll reply the email, whatever. I try not to be as passive aggressive as I really want to be. Reply the email, and then maybe on a PS at the bottom, I'll say, by the way, my name is this, and I'll spell it again, even though my signature again is at the bottom. The reply again, they've got it wrong again. So I told you twice. I now get their name wrong. Very, like, let's say the person's name is, I don't know, Susan. I'll call them Karen. Like, I make it so obvious that, come on, they were like, oh, my name's, I know your name. I know, I want to say a rude word here, but I can't. I know your name, B, but, if you can't get it right, if you can't get mine right, why should I get yours right? So that's how I play it, and I leave it at that.
You know what it is?
Since then, they get it right.
With some names, especially what I've seen when it comes to like African names, is people are lazy, but they if they try, they'll be able to get it right because they can pronounce
those Russian, those Russian names.
You know what I mean? That are hard to pronounce.
Those Russian names with all them consonants. Yeah.
I don't think it's clear cut and easy like that. I think Russian is a European nation. There's a very hard name, one of these Chelsea footballers, Archipeleta. That's not how it's written, but that's how they pronounce it. And the commentators that will pronounce it sweet. Then you get this Nigerian player with just 3 letters, and they will murder it. You see, it's what Tyler said.
They would have practiced saying the Russian name.
Exactly. My problem with that is they not trying. With the European names, because they're from one family, you can, let me leave you at that, saying you have all the same consonants and vowel sounds. So it's different from our own. But there is what we call trying. I try a lot. My name is just 4 letters, Jude. I can't count how many times they've murdered it. I have to sing every time I tell people, can I call you Jude?
Getting Jude wrong?
Oh gosh, every time I sing, I say, hey Jude.
What do they call you? What do people call
Take
you?
it up. They call it Judy. Judy. Can I call you Judy? Can I call you Jude? Can I call you Judy? Can I call you Judy? This is what I'm saying. It's I don't get it. But you see, it's the laziness and also it's the ownership. These are essential questions. They just want to, before these people start saying they're woke and start doing all this nonsense they're doing, because now there's a big thing with local authorities say people need to pronounce people's name the way they want it. I'm like, I've been here like 50 years before you guys. You're too late. I am that person. I will ask you, tell me how you pronounce your name.
Yeah,
it's simple, because this is all I've got. This is all I've got. If you murder that, that's it. I'm done. I'm no longer a human. What they want to do is take ownership and call you whatever they want to call you, in the absence of calling you boy or girl. They want to say, this is how I'll call you. And we have actually fallen on the floor, back lane, and just let them call us whatever. I have to say all the time.
I have not.
Some of us challenge it.
Even on LinkedIn, I challenge it. On LinkedIn, I challenged it. A lady called me from the bank. I challenged it. At the end, when she said to me, oh, can you call? Do you have any other questions? Blah, blah. I said, first of all, when you called me, you asked for Mrs. and you said my first name. You didn't say my last name. Nobody from any bank has ever called me and just said my first name as part of the security check. You say my surname. So I said, she goes, oh, and she was an Indian lady. She said, oh, I didn't want to get it wrong. I said, well, you didn't even try. And you as a minority ethnic person should know. So please, I'm only telling you this because we had a good conversation. We laughed, we joked, everything. So I made her feel very comfortable, which was why it was easy for me to tell her off. That's sort of
I had to tell my consultants off 2 days ago on the email. I said, look, 2 years, 2 good years, you've been spelling my name wrong. And I've been telling you every time. 2 good years.
Yeah.
He didn't like the way I said, 2 years, man, 2 years.
Yeah.
You've just
That's
been
a long
murdering my
time
name.
to wait.
So my name is a double barrier name. My surname is a double barrier. These guys have taken the first part out. Clearly, they've taken it out, and it's caused problems for me. Like the other time, I got fined from NHS twice, saying I've got a fine to pay because I didn't pay for my meds. I said I paid because my name is a double barrier surname. These guys decided to take the first part out and put the last one there. It looked like I didn't pay for my medication.
Wow.
I told him off a couple of days ago. I said, you've murdered my name for 2 years plus. What is it? Get something right for once in your life. He's my employer, he's still my employer, but he's done it for more than 2 years.
My one's happened, a few times, and I've gone mad when I've done shows, and then they do a review in the newspaper or something, but the information they get is from the theater. So the theater sent over my name and they spelled it wrong. Then I see it, in the Guardian or whatever it is. My name is spelled wrong. You know how
And they meant to check it before they even
they
send it
are.
It doesn't
out.
take much to clarify to ensure that you've got the right
Yeah,
spelling.
And it's like,
exactly.
if someone now wants to search my name or whatever, yeah, eventually they'll
Mm.
find it, but still, it's not the point. You know, it's really bad, and it's I've gone mad, and I've
It's
literally
bad.
been on the phone to my agent.
Guys, if you didn't know, well, you probably have gathered that already, but Tyler is an actor. Tyler's an actor and a photographer. But I'm going to say, Tyler, what have I seen you in?
But
Have you been in any Nollywood movie, any Nigerian movie, any Nigerian movie that I don't see?
that one, I don't even think, I think that's a universal thing for actors that we don't like. Let me just educate anyone out there. Yeah, we don't like it when you say to us, if we say we're an actor and you say, oh, what have you been in, or what have I seen you in, all these, we do not like that. Because let me tell you right now, I can list off like 25 professional theater shows that I've been in, and you just because you've seen them and you don't go to the theater, you now disregard me as an actor and be like, okay, he just wants to be an actor just because I've not been in a Hollywood film that you went to see in the cinema last week. This is how people's mindset works. They're testing you on by what you say. If you now say, I've been in this, I've been in James Bond movie, this, that, oh, you're an actor. But yet, if you've been,
you just told you was an actor.
You know when you meet a doctor and you say, and they say they're a doctor, you don't say, oh, what have you?
What have you cured?
But Tyler, you're not the only one. And when I was training as a social worker to become a social worker, there's this guy, this dude, he's an Igbo dude, very intelligent, he's an engineer. I think he's got issues with social workers. And he would say, oh, you want to take people's children. Anyway, long story short, I qualified, graduated. Listen, this is coming to the worst. This, I saw him at my train station, and who said I should tell this guy? So I was at the bottom of the stairs. He was at the top when I saw him. So I quickly said, hey, how are you? And he said, hey, high school, have you finished? I said, yes, I'm a qualified social worker now. He said, oh, you've graduated to take people's children. And I screamed. I went so small. I was like, oh my God. The whole world just he said, oh, you qualified to take people's children now. I was like, oh my God.
Only if I have to.
I just could not. I was like, oh my God, I should have kept my mouth shut. So yeah.
I hear you.
Now I've got this thing about when somebody sends me a message and the message just says, we need to talk.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a hey. The ones that just said
No,
hey.
we need to talk. Full stop. No topic. Nothing else. We need to talk. How do you respond? I respond back. We need to talk. I respond back because how can somebody send you a message saying we need to talk, not tell you what it's about, what the topic is, and it sort of gets you thinking, oh my gosh, what do we need to talk about?
What have you done? Yeah. What have I done?
So I give them back the anxiety. Okay, we need to talk. Listen, I'm telling you, we need to talk. But gee, you've spoken about, because I know I can switch accents. I'm born here, raised in Nigeria, but lived here most of my life. So it's that whole, I can switch between an African accent or Nigerian accent. I can switch with an East Londoner. I'm an East Londoner. But how do you cope with the, yeah, babes, I'm from America. How do you cope?
You're not even doing it right.
I'm not, exactly.
No. Thank God for that. And I'm not even gonna try and do it. Tyler, it's okay. You don't need to show us how it's done, because we know you're an actor. We know.
Yeah, what's that, man?
Then, oh my God, I remember the worst one, and it's so grates at me, especially the ones that they've never left Nigeria. And then I think my husband was trying to explain to me that it's because of all the TV shows they're watching and everything. I watched these same TV shows with them before I left. And then also the one time I remember, the worst time was when a friend of mine, who he would switch it on and off as he pleased. So if it's just us, like us homies or whatever, he would talk normally with his normal Nigerian accent. But when there was a new person in the group, he would put the accent on. And I remember there was once we were about to go out, to the club. And then he said something about, oh, do you have some Vaseline? I went, sorry? Can I have some Vaseline? I need some Vaseline for my hands. I went, Vaseline!
Chili, what do you want?
Versely. I said, spell it. Where's the R? I was so annoyed. And then there was another time when my younger sister decided she was going to talk to me in an American accent. So I'm listening to the conversation. We're talking. I think, what's wrong with this girl? Does she have temperature? And then this girl is back home. And then I now realized she was in the company of her friends. She was talking like that. So I let her have it. I just didn't. And then I spoke to her friends. Someone was talking American accent to me. And then when they finished, and I said to myself, I said, please, have any of you two been to America? She said, no, but it's how we talk, I'll talk to you when you get home. But I was like, live your life. Talk like that. You sound dumb. Because they all sound like Kardashians. No offense, Kardashian, if you're watching higher. But that's what they sound. They all just sounded dumb. They just sounded stupid. You know that LA girl, like, oh my God. That annoying thing. Like, what are you doing? You sound like idiots. You're educated Africans. I love the one Africans. Just talk how you talk. Don't put anything on, because then it's going to take us longer to understand what you're saying or to even believe what you're saying. If you talk in an accent that's not natural to you, because it's okay, you're clearly lying about your accent. What else are you lying about? We're not going to listen to what you're saying.
But what about the one? There's the ones that put on the Jamaican. We've actually got the ones that put on like the Caribbean, the Jamaican accent as well. They come and I'm like, They're like, which island are you from? Me, I can't do the accent because for some reason.
I was gonna say, where are you from?
For some reason, there's a presumption when people don't know where I'm from, they tend to presume I'm from
I give them that. I switch because they see my locks previously when I had locks. Yeah. They see my locks and then they see my locks. They just go, "Wagwan Rasta." So I said, "Great." Because I can't do patois. Because I can't do patois. Because I can't do patois, I'm becoming to look stupid. But sometimes they push it, and I just start to murder the whole patois for them. And they look, you're not from where? I say, yeah. The first thing they do is Wagwan Rasta, Wagwan Irie. I'm not Irie. I just like locks.
You say everything Chris, man. Everything Chris.
I say that now. Everything Chris. I
got an uncle. About the accents. I got an uncle in America, and he's been in America for like 35 years. He's from Nigeria, and what's funny about him is he's still got a Nigerian
accent.
Yes, Nigeria for life.
Like twangs that come out, so he'll be like, "Where are you going, Wayne?" And it's just like, it's so funny. But it's legit because he's lived there for years. Man.
Of course, if you've lived there for a while, it will definitely rub some of the slangs. You will pick it up. There will definitely be some kind of mixed Nigerian that. But not when you've never left. You've never left Ikeja. I just found out recently from somebody. This person has never left Nigeria, but she's got a school for English accent, school for American, and teaching in Lagos. They're paying them to teach them. Yeah, and they've never left the country. So I was like, wow, entrepreneur, aspire to inspire and stuff.
No.
Wow.
It's just it's
Jude,
funny.
You have a peeve for when people ask you, how are you?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
I have that same one, Jude. I have that exact same one.
I expect you to say you're fine. Are you fine?
At the moment, I'm sweating because it's hot and light.
This is the thing. Don't ask me how I am if you don't want to know how I am.
Exactly.
Like I do it to people. If I don't have time to find out how you really are, I won't ask you. I won't say, hi, how are you? I'll say something like, are you okay? Or how are you doing? Something that you can only say yes or no or whatever. But like if I say, how are you? For me, it's a very loaded question. Like how, and I asked my delivery driver once, I think it was sometime last year. And I just said to him, I said, morning, how are you? And I waited. He goes, oh, you actually want to know how I am? I said, yeah, I wouldn't ask otherwise because he didn't look okay. And he goes, in all my years of driving and doing Amazon delivery, you're the first person that even said, how are you to me? He said the number of times he gets a good morning or even eye contact as an Indian guy, like even eye contact, they'll just get the package, no thank you, no nothing. And they'll slam the door. He doesn't even get a good morning normally. So I said, how are you? And we talked for a good 5-10 minutes and he just told me what was going on. So even till now, when I see him, like I saw him last week, I was driving out of my clothes and I was quite further down. I saw him, he was getting in the van. I stopped and I said, how are you? And we had another nice chat. So at least he remembers that. But it's like, don't ask how someone is if you don't actually want to know how somebody is. And I mean, I take it up a notch by, if I haven't had like a good day or whatever, I'll say to my husband, "I'm not gonna ask me how I am." He's like, "Okay, how are you?"
Julian, have you got an example of someone sort of asking you, "How are you?"
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think when I used to go to church, that's when I started really to say, please don't ask me, because you just find out in the church they will sing, "We love you with the love of the Lord," all of that love song, "The love of Christ is this," blah blah blah. Ask how are you, and they walk away. And one time I was going through a lot that period, and somebody asked, and I started to talk, and it came about like I didn't show any interest in it. And at workplace again, at workplace, they'll say, "How are you?" You say, "Yeah, I'm fine." They walked away. And one day I decided to tell this lady that I wasn't really fine. Actually, I was going through this. And it's like, "Oh yeah, it's time. We'll talk some other time or whatever." I did it deliberately. I did it deliberately just to see, because I'm that person. I like to try things.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a loaded question. It's a very open-ended question. When you ask, you expect the reply, and it just carries on with the conversation.
Yeah.
You said? Go on, Tyler.
I'm said that's bad in church. You should have taken the time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I told them the church then, I said, look, when they asked me, do you love all of us as brothers and sisters? People don't like to hear the truth, I told them, I don't love you guys. They said, really? That's harsh. I said, seriously, I don't love you guys. Tell me the last time I picked up my phone to call you. I call the people I love. I asked about them, how you day and all of that. And they were surprised. I said, that's the truth. I don't love you. Why hide behind the lies? So it's the same thing. I really don't care when you say, when I'm asking you, how are you? I really don't want to hear. Because when you start talking, I'm like, oh my God, who said make I ask now? So I try those things. I deliberately do it. So it really gets on my nerves. It becomes like, people really don't care. That's why we're all close strangers in London. Like you said, with the delivery drivers.
Perfect description.
Delivery drivers, I'm not perfect. I've invited them in for food, for drink, for fruits, for coffee, for tea. Today, if I'm not in the house, those guys will secure my parcel. Trust me. They will go and they will come back. Because every little helps. They're humans like you. I do a job that is very difficult. People abuse me all the time on the phone. Some just say, look, you talking to us, it calms everything down, but it goes a long way. Really want to hear? Maybe it's my training, like Tyler rightly said about this space thing. In our feed, we're trained to really listen. And when we talk, we really listen. We can't just pretend. We have to listen, because it's life or death sometimes. So maybe that's why I feel like that. Yeah.
Gee, now
yes, darling.
I've walked in. You can see my top has got design on it, but can you imagine?
That
Gucci all over. I don't be the person that is walking in the house.
Oh my gosh.
You're all nodding your head like.
So let me drop this disclaimer first. If you can wear designer, or if you want to wear designer,
by all means,
do what you want, love. Live and let live. It's when the designer is written all over the cloth, because you want everybody to know you're wearing Gucci or Chanel, which some people have seen it. I've seen Versace. I've seen the one that's written Chanel, not Chanel, because they have two ends. I'm like, it's like you, and then obviously when they take the picture, you must to see the logo wherever it is.
Oh boy.
It's real polo. It's Kineko. Just that whole, is the writing of the Balenciaga. Most people that wear Balenciaga cannot spell Balenciaga, no offense. But to have it written everywhere on the side of the tracksuit, I just don't like it. I like subtle. People that know. Like, I have a friend that she loves designer stuff. She doesn't dress like how I'm describing. So if you're wearing a belt, like, how boy men's belts are.
Yeah.
The one, not the one with the logo on the buckle, just a normal belt. You say that guy is wearing Gucci, but how do you know? She goes, I know. And if you know designer stuff, you don't have to have it written all over you. That thing, because I'm like, okay, is it that if you wear this designer, it's going to help you catch babe, catch man? How is it making you? Because obviously, in my opinion, most of the designer gear that has the designer stuff written on it is the cheap stuff anyway that they're trying to flog. No offense, it's the cheap stuff that they're trying to flog. I remember I was on holiday.
I don't
with my
wear designer,
sister.
so I don't know.
I was on holiday with my sister, and I saw someone wearing a Burberry t-shirt, just a plain white t-shirt. It said Burberry on it or something. And I said to my sister, if you haven't guessed, she works for Burberry. She now said, and I said, "Oh, can you get me one of those t-shirts? Look, you know the t-shirt they just give out, because when I used to work at Sky, they used to just dash a t-shirt every Friday. That became my uniform. I didn't even buy clothes again. I just wore Sky t-shirts every day." So she now laughed and she shook her head. She's like, she can't talk about it. She was so annoyed. She goes, "That's not even the original because that's not what the original looks like. And the original costs £300." I said, "For t-shirt." She goes, "Hey." I said, "Okay." She goes, "Even she cannot buy them because why has it got all the thing on it, you know?" So I'm just like, to me, I just find it very, I don't want to say pretentious, but for lack of a better word, pretentious, and it's just not needed. It just pisses me off, and I can't tell you why.
I think, Gee, you've got so many things. What about the okay, I don't know how to wear them, and I've seen shut and close or open and close. The eyelash, the one the umbrella.
So, yes, that one. I think I see they're like this.
You know, they've got cars that do the same as well now. Like the eyelash.
And I think the pet hate became more exacerbated when I started doing this because my husband and I watch a lot more Nollywood now.
Yeah.
So the Nollywood English movies are fine. They're not too bad. The Nollywood Yoruba movies, hey, come and see the cops. Hey, this thing is this long. When the woman blinks like this, and then she comes back up again. And so even the dialogue, you're not listening to because you're just watching this thing doing this like this.
What is that like an umbrella protecting the makeup?
It's an umbrella. Because there was even one, my husband said, he had to pause and say, "Look at that woman's side." She was facing to the side like this. This thing came out like this.
Like that.
I was like, I think it's there should be a medical something like warning from WHO. Because the weight, and then some of them tell me they wear 3 or 4 sets.
I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's needed.
Guys, should we ask the guys? Does it make the girls look more appealing when it's like? Because I've never actually asked a guy before. When it's like waving at you, does it make them more sexy?
Absolutely nah. No. I'll be running very far from you.
Have you seen the one that the girl was doing the TikTok, whatever she was doing, and the spider crawled out of it?
Like, oh my gosh!
She's doing a live. And she has so many layers on a spider crawled and she was screaming. Everything. I don't know if it's real, but it was a spider on her face.
I know that some people don't have much, and I know some people get the additional strands put in. Fair enough, but I just don't understand why you need it to sort of come all the way out.
But first of all, do people even know the reasons for these things? Do they know? It's not a design.
It's to protect the eyes. It's to protect
the eyes. It's to protect your eyes.
So that means you have enough to just do the job that it was meant to do. It's not like you don't have enough. It's not a fashion apparel. This thing, it's not a fashion piece. It's there for a reason. Like previously, the hair in the nose of the man. We used to think you must shave it off and off. I then read about it that you don't need to do it.
You can trim it though.
You can trim it. Some people go further and take it all out because they didn't know what it was for. That thing protects you from some medical problems.
I've seen that men now get it waxed though. The one
I'm laughing.
Yeah, but they don't have a clue what it does, so they just kind of want to keep up with the Joneses, you know.
I saw a video where a woman took a stick and waxed and put up both noses. She couldn't get it out. She couldn't get it out.
They're there for a reason. They're there for a reason.
Good for you. Who told you to go waxing?
Waxing is a bit. That's. But yeah, trimming is fine because I'm a short lady. So when I'm talking to people and I'm looking up and all I see is the hair sticking out. It's a bit distracting.
Guys,
don't look there. Look somewhere else.
I've had such a laugh this evening. I have to say, when it comes to talking about pet peeves. We can keep going on and on and on. There are loads of things out there that sort of crawl up your skin, loads of things that gets you annoyed, loads of things that we can, as I said, we can all list. Every member of this panel has got a whole list of things that they can tell you is a pet peeve. But we've come up to the end of today's show. And I just wanted to say to you all, please just hit the subscribe, hit the bell, put a bing, so that way you get our notifications and if we upload any other videos. And please do like our videos. If you
That's
haven't
another
watched our
pet
previous
peeve,
episodes,
notifications.
if you
I was
haven't
gonna say
watched
that.
our previous videos, please go back, like them. As I said, subscribe, hit the notification. But this is us, and we have arrived.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
I need to practice my wave, you know.
It's 9:25.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I said the thing about the notifications. I just looked at the time. I'm thinking, keep it going, keep it going.
We got 5 minutes to go. We got 5 minutes to go.